My name is Dana Garber Applestein. I am the granddaughter of Daniel Garber and have been doing talks here at the studio at his home in the Cuttalossa since 2007, when the exhibition opened in Philadelphia and at the Michener. And we were going to do one talk, which transformed into maybe 4 that year. I don't know, have an accounting. And then every year since, we tend to have a waiting list of names that never can make it onto an actual tour, so we add another one on. Well, I think the draw to this talk is not me. It's being in his studio, on his property, and getting an actual feel for what Daniel lived with and looked at every day of his life. This place has had a fascination for many people for many years, in part because of the charming little sheep pen, which the Lowe's, who are the current owners of the property, called the manger. We always called it the sheep pen. This is the place that gave him energy. He literally absorbed the beauty around him and then painted it. You have the feeling that Garber is still living and breathing. So this whole property, while it has changed with subsequent owners, still the bones, still the strength of it is Garber's creation and vision. The original studio was hardwood. These floors, not finished, not fancy. Those 2 windows flanking the balcony were walled up and not even existent. You can see in the photograph that I brought with me where it's a plain wall. From the outside of the building, the windows were there, but he controlled the light by blocking that and then putting a very, very dark wool curtain over the balcony doors. The great window was a source of light, but he had sheer curtains on it to kind of diffuse it a little bit. And this window is the other light source in the room. He did paint in the studio. For instance, the painting that belongs to Philadelphia Museum of Art called Orchard Window of Tanis sitting in the window reading a book was right here. And the painting that the Pennsylvania Academy has of mother and son is of the windows, the large windows at the end of the room, which have doors in them, and one door is open. My grandmother is sitting playing chess with my father, who's standing in the doorway. So those were 2 studios. It still looks great up front. I don't know. There is no technical name for his style. He did not like the title Impressionist. He was not an Impressionist. There's no way you could paint a painting like this, which he said it probably takes 3 solid weeks of painting to do this, but it's spread over 3 weeks. His paintings were always of the good things that life has to offer. He didn't paint rundown. If he did, and I have a painting called Deserted, which is of a rundown, unoccupied, abandoned house. And it sits in a field full of wildflowers and beautiful sky and the blue hills behind. So he puts a good spin on everything. And so I think that's where the romance is. Behind me is the sheep pen. We call the sheep pen, the current owners call it the manger, that Gramps had built here. He had lots of sheep to keep the grass down. And that building, which looks like it's going to collapse, is actually, the Lowe's have restored and put steel beams in with the help of an architect. And